Hi, Monica Plemikos here from the Mindflex Revolution podcast. As an anxiety relief specialist and author, I know that there's an increasing demand to meet the mental health challenges in the modern workplace. It just seems like everyone nowadays is stressed or anxious to a degree, and it's showing up at work. This podcast offers therapeutic insights, evidence-based strategies and research. We speak to specialists, authors, individuals to help you navigate topics like stress, anxiety, burnout, and loss of focus, and what you can do about that in the workplace. There isn't a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to recovery and well-being. That's why we bring you a whole range of holistic therapies to choose from, early intervention techniques to equip you with the options to foster a healthier, more supportive work environment. Whether you're an individual seeking to elevate your own well-being or an organisation that's looking to cultivate a more resilient, productive and happier workforce, stay tuned to the Mindflex Revolution podcast, your go-to resource for unlocking the powerful strategies to reclaim your well-being and thrive.
Innovation starts with empowered minds. Leaders, revolutionize your workplace by fueling creativity and fostering innovation with Mindflex Global Platform. Our free trial offers tools that empower your employees to think outside the box, collaborate seamlessly, and drive groundbreaking ideas. Transform your team into a hub of creativity. Mindflex, empowering minds, powering innovation.
Hello and welcome back to Mindflex Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Monica Plemikos, anxiety relief specialist and author of the Anxiety Relief Handbook. And I'm excited to be with you today to delve into the topic of high performance focus techniques. That's right. And I'm hoping that I'll bridge the gap today in how you approach productivity and focus in the workplace. So this episode is not about discussing the characteristics of high performance. There's plenty on that already, right? There's plenty theory. So today really is, and this episode's about you experiencing what are those practical exercises and things that you can do to help transform a culture and cultivate this high performance focus and success, not only within yourself, but also within the workplace. And I can tell you that there's some really simple techniques that I'll show you that you can implement straight away. They're easy, they're not hard, and well, you can be the judge for yourself. So on average, employees spend around, well, less than 60% of their work time being productive, less than 60%. Yeah. And that's due to distractions and things like that. One of the studies from University of California found that office workers were interrupted, get this, every 11 minutes. Every 11 minutes. And it can take on average around 25 minutes to get back to the task. So by the time you're ready to get back to the task, you would have been interrupted another couple of times already. Oh, goodness. So look, unfocused employees can significantly impact, obviously productivity, lowering the quality of work, and also there's that higher risk of making mistakes. That's all agreed, and that's been well published and documented. But I guess on the other side of things, which perhaps is not so acknowledged, is the impact on the individual, the impact on their confidence and their ability to do their role. Right? Because the thing is that we do get a sense of accomplishment when we complete things. And so if you're constantly interrupted or you feel distracted by things, you can feel like you've spent the whole day of work but not actually achieved anything. And then further to that, be questioning, well, why can't I? Why haven't I done anything today? It's just hopeless. And so that affect and that mindset can roll into and ripple into the workplace environment, and just it can bring down the vibe of the whole place, right? So everyone's kind of moping around going, oh, just got so much to do and I can't get anything done. And yeah, so it can really bring down the vibe and infiltrate from a cultural perspective. So this really highlights the need that we do actually need a variety of tools, and there needs to be a willingness, right, to cultivate the ability first to retain focus, specifically in the workplace. And it highlights that workplaces actually need to place value on empowering employees to find, utilize, and implement these focus techniques. So it needs to be something that's done at the workplace, at work, and it needs to be transparent. So employees need to be supported in doing it. You need to have those tools accessible to those employees so that they can implement it, they can refocus, they can feel the effects, because it builds confidence, it builds motivation, and it alters the culture to one of being responsible for your high performance and focus. And so when you give individuals the mechanism to do that, it shields against negative mindset and blaming everyone else for distractions, right? But it also shields against burnout, because you end up getting stuff done, which is ultimately, why you come to work. You want to get those tasks done. You want to get them done. And so by integrating and sharing these techniques, and these techniques that some of these techniques I'm going to share with you today, organizations can really equip their employees and their workforce to really excel in terms of their personal performance and drive at work. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the techniques. So for the next little while, make sure that you are not driving or operating machinery or doing anything that requires your full attention, so that you can really focus in on this, because they can be really relaxing as well. So make sure you're in a place where you won't be disturbed for the next little while. And this technique really is about centering and composing yourself. So one of the things that I suggest and discuss with my clients is that if you want to be calm, if you want to feel, relaxed and at ease, then that's something that you have to practice doing over and over, so that your body and your mind, your whole self recognizes how that actually feels. We can't expect that it's just going to turn up, right? We have to cultivate it. And particularly in our busy world, we have so much going on. And as we heard, we're interrupted all the time. I saw a comment, or it was a study, it was done a little while ago by Microsoft, who said that we now have less of an attention span than a goldfish. And I was like, oh my goodness, great, fantastic. We've become that person. So really, if we're wanting to cultivate anything, it does require practice, and it requires being in that state, being in that state. This next technique that I'm going to show you is, and there's quite a number of techniques that I can show you to help you feel calm, but this one is really, really simple. It's a progressive muscle relaxation exercises, which physically relaxes the body. And so when your body is relaxed, the mind has less of a reason to be on guard and so busy. And so in that way, it helps you to focus, it helps you to prepare for whatever it is that you're going to do next. Yeah, so it is a refocusing exercise. I showed this exercise to one of my clients who was very analytical, who had an analytical job, so had to use reason, had to use maths, was in a field where really needed to compute, okay, and was, he was super focused and fantastic at his job. So in terms of employee, he was up there, yeah. However, what he found was that he would come home and he would still be thinking about work, still be thinking about stuff. And even if he was on a holiday, he'd still find that he's in this routine of overthinking and having something constantly on his mind that he's processing. And so I showed him this technique. And so we started doing the progressive muscle relaxation. And what it helped him do was relax and feel calm. And he was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. Oh, I haven't felt like this in a while. But he realized that refocusing helped him to, distract from all of those numerous thoughts and ruminations that were going on, and to feel comfortable, to feel at ease with noticing how he's feeling in his body. And often if we are head dominant, meaning if we tend to compute and think and behave very much from our brain, and there are other ways of thinking and going about things, such as working from your heart or your gut, or feeling your body being grounded, things like that. But if you're very much in your head all the time, sensing your body or being okay to relax in your body can seem really distant or hard, or it may even be something that you're reluctant to do. So this exercise is to help bridge that and to help you feel calm and at ease, within your body, where you are with what you're doing. Now, this can be done at your desk. This can be done, by laying down. This can be done anywhere where you've got just a couple of minutes. Let's get into it so you can experience it. All right. So let's just start by placing your feet on the floor, or aligning your body so that you're nice and comfortable. You don't have to close your eyes, but if you find that comfortable, you can. And then just focus your awareness on your feet. So you don't have to do anything to your feet, but just place your awareness there on your feet. Notice that if you might feel tingles, might feel your muscles, you might feel warm or cold, but just noticing your feet resting there. Or you may feel nothing at all. You might just have an awareness that your feet are there, but really nothing much is happening. So as you go up through your body, and I'll guide you through that process, placing awareness on that part of you and just noticing if there's any tension there. Now, if there's no tension, you can continue moving up. But if there's tension there, just ask that part of you to release. Just ask that part of you to release. And then when you notice the release, that your feet feel rested and calm and at ease, then you can move up your body and focus and place your attention on your calf muscles, on your shins. And tell that part of you to release. And when you know that that part of you is released, and only when you feel at ease there, moving up to your knees, moving up to your thighs. Our thighs are our biggest muscle and support us when we sit or stand, walk, run. So So just noticing how your thighs feel, and tell your thighs to release. Tell your thighs to release. That's right, and you don't have to be doing anything with your breath. Just a calm, gentle breath. And just focusing on that part that's releasing and resting and becoming more and more calm. So focusing in on your pelvis, the area below your belly button. Tell that part of you to relax, to release, to let go, to feel at ease. And you know when that's done, moving up your torso to your stomach. Now, a lot of people hold tension in their stomach, particularly if you experience anxiety and stress. You can find yourself holding on to those stomach muscles. So you have the opportunity now to tell your stomach to release any tension. Release. When that's released, moving up to your chest, your rib cage. Tell that part of you to release. And feel at ease. Good. When you've done that, sensing your arms and just being aware of your arms. You can even notice which arm feels the heaviest. Which arm's releasing quicker or slower than the other. Just tell your arms to release. To release. Good. And now the shoulders. Tell the shoulders to release. And the neck. Release. Release. And tell the forehead to release. Smooth out any lines. And as the forehead releases, you can notice your eyes. Tell your eyes to release any tension. Your face. On top of your head, your scalp. Just tell that part of you to release all the way down to the base of your neck. And then just do a body scan now, just scanning through, noticing if there's any other part of you that's holding any tension. Just place your awareness on that part and tell that part to release. Good. So thank you for allowing me to share that with you. That's the end of the progressive muscle relaxation. And so we will be back with the next technique, and this will be a guided visualization for goal achievement. We'll be back with that after this break.
Mental wellness is the cornerstone of peak performance. Leaders, prioritize the well-being of your employees with MindFlex Global Platform's free trial. Empower them with personalized tools for stress reduction, anxiety relief, and mental resilience. Conquer challenges and elevate performance by nurturing holistic well-being. Join MindFlex now. and take the first step toward a mentally empowered, high-performing team.
Hello and welcome back. How did you go with that progressive muscle relaxation? What did you notice in your body, in your thoughts? Did you have any thoughts? Okay, in this next exercise, we're going to be looking at taking you through a visualization for goal achievement. Now, obviously, it's important to have goals, not just professional goals, but also personal goals, so that you've got a focus point, something that you're aiming towards. So we need to have goals first and foremost. And this activity supports anchoring in the direction of that goal. So let me explain what that means. So say you do your typical SMART goals. And look, SMART goals are very 2D goals. The thing that makes SMART goals work is when you add emotion to it, when you add an emotional anchor, okay? Because we are emotionally driven, even if we don't like to admit it. We are emotionally driven. And so through this guided visualization, what we'll do is anchor in an emotion of achievement to those goals that you have, whether they're written in SMART or not. And so what that does, it helps you propel you forward to achieve those goals and creates this almost like a magnetic force. When you think about that goal, what we want to do is also have you experience the feeling of achieving that goal also, because that's going to be the motivating factor. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, find a comfortable place. And just for a moment, I want you to consider what your goal is. Whether it's personal, whether it's work, whether it's combined. And so just focus in on one goal that you'd like to achieve. And then if you feel comfortable to, close your eyes, make sure that you're not driving, operating machinery, you're not anywhere where you can be distracted. But as you close your eyes, it can help you focus. And I want you to imagine just for a moment that at some time in the future and you've achieved that goal. You've achieved that goal that you set your mind to. And so just notice what's happening for you to realize that you've achieved that goal. Who are you with? What's happening around you? What are you seeing and feeling? What are you hearing? And what is it that you're saying to yourself? Are you saying, yes, I've done it, I've achieved this? What is the language that you're using? Are you celebrating? So just notice everything there is about that moment that you realize that you've achieved that goal. And then I want you to breathe that into you. I want you to breathe that into you. Just taking some nice, long, slow breaths in and out. Imagine that you're breathing in that whole experience in. That's right. And one more time, breathing in that experience of achievement and goal attainment in. That's right, good. And I want you to imagine that that experience is a file that you're carrying, a file. And I want you to imagine that that file you were taking out and you're going to that exact moment in time that exact moment in time where you've achieved that goal. And it could be that you're noticing the whole movie of your life. And you're fast forwarding to that moment. And you drop that file right into that exact moment in time where you've achieved that goal. So just allow that file to float down into that exact moment and see yourself in that exact moment in time. And then notice all the events between then and now realign themselves to support this goal of yours. Notice all the events between then and now realign to support you in achieving that goal. Good. And then as you look back from that place of achievement, notice your attitude, your beliefs. Notice those things that got you there. Were there certain skills or abilities that you needed to cultivate, to build on? You can write them down if you like. Notice those key things that help you get to that goal achievement. And then as you make your way back to now, notice all those milestones along the way that were pivotal, that supported you achieving that goal. And then as you make your way back to now and today, notice today. And notice those steps that you take to set you on that journey of achieving that goal. And when you have that, you can open your eyes and return back to the room.
So now you have two high performance focus techniques, one being the progressive muscle relaxation to help manage your state and refocus your attention and your awareness. And the other process that we showed you, the technique for helping you to really visualize, expand, and gain some motivation and traction with regards to that future goal and vision that you have for yourself. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I trust that you've gotten some valuable insights for you to be able to apply, but also to consider applying more widely and broadly within the workplace. And if you would like to know more and extend those high performance techniques and your knowledge on how to refocus and really get the best out of yourself, then I invite you to take a look at the MindFlex Wellbeing platform, as it can really cultivate a more focused, resilient, and motivated workforce that drives success whilst also prioritizing well-being. So stay tuned for more insights on optimizing your performance and well-being in our future episodes. And if you've liked this podcast, or if you've got some comments or feedback or questions that you'd like me to cover, please, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, that's all from me today. Take care.